the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting just last week, a commitment from a big-time four-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. When getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that cat.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
And, man, they sneak the option in there on 3rd and long. And I don't know, was that a misread? Like, you get the ball to your tailback? Like, it was pretty well defended. They had the quarterback swallowed up. He got some yards, but now you're forced into a 4th down, and this might be a passing situation.
Pocket breaking down. Blasted as he lets it go. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. The Seminoles are on the move. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Catch in the middle, it's Robinson. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The give is to Williams. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
This is an offense that prides himself on being physical, so you need 1 yard. Just hand it off to your back and let him go to work.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. Looking for the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State.
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a 3rd down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the NC State Wolfpack comes out, and they'll have the ball for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
NC State has work to do to convert this 3rd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to pass, it's Bailey. Going for the big play. Wide open, he makes the catch. Running through contact. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. But if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. He'll keep it himself. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Trying play action. Now improvising. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. They'll leave it with him. Oh, he's got some space. Made a defender miss. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. NC State, after that explosive run, might go right back to the well. Might as well give it to him again. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Absolutely perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, we've got a final to let you know about, a game happening inside CUSA today. UTEP overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from El Paso, these Miners gotta be thrilled with the result. One game, I know, fellas, but it could be one to circle when we consider the big picture there in CUSA.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Grabbed behind the line, it's Robinson. They get him on the ground at the 36 after a pickup of 5. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. The give out of the gun. And a short gain here in the 1st quarter will come to a close. We've reached the break. It's NC State on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Throws to the tight end. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the pack on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback may change this route. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's going to take off. Turns it on in midfield. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
A lot of times we call these quarterbacks ballers and game changers, but you don't call them smart enough. Like knowing the situation, knowing I can scramble around, buy some time, and then knowing exactly what I need to do to get that first down. You can call them whatever you want, but that was really smart.
Picked up 2 yards on that last when they need 8 on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Pittman. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Stopped in the backfield, he's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow, they don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack depth.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warren.
Finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida State.
Trying to set up the screen. Bulldozes his way through. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker.
Touchdown, Seminoles! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. Timely decisions, effective play management helps them get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed a play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it was a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. Precise, relentless execution on that. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know, a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't get any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds him out of the backfield. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. He wants to change this route. On fourth down, looking to pass. Quarterback moving. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Offense will try to strike on 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
You know, as a quarterback, when you're doing this zone read play, you got to read that defensive end. If he crashes down hard inside to take the running back away, right away you know now you're keeping the football. Nice job.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And they can't make the play on 3rd down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. And the Seminoles will try to convert on 4th down. Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And what you talk about on defense is speed, is penetration, getting in the backfield, making something happen. And you could tell they got in there so quick. The offense couldn't recover, couldn't do anything with it. Nice job getting the tackle for Noles.
The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a 3rd down stop. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And the Noles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it in. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Seminoles will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They've got the screen set up. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Not exactly what you wanted on 1st down. It's 2nd and goal from the 13. Goes to the option. He breaks the tackle. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
Gets it out fast. They put it in the hands of their playmaking receiver, but he will be stopped short. It's 4th down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Here we go on 4th and goal, ground to cover. Trying to find the end zone, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Noles!
You know, there are so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Snagged in the middle, it's Anderson. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. Wants to throw on first down. Here's the pressure. He is brought down and sacked. That is not the offense's ideal way to finish up the half, but we'll head to the locker room. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Raleigh has given us a fun first half. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and in the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas in Carter Finley Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Just about set to get this second half underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front.
There he goes. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their boat.
Gashing the knee on the right. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, NC State!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Now they'll try the 2-point conversion and try to crawl within 3. Trying to punch it in. He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and now they're within a field goal. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. He gets a block. Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. What a return that one was. 95 yards. He took it back for 6. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back. this drive. Dropping back, it's Bailey. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. If the intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to...
Makes the catch on the left. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Looking to throw on first down. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. This offense tried to go right back to the well or right back to the air, and the defense was ready this time.
And a great response from the defense. You give up a big play, a huge chunk play that you didn't want to give up. Don't hang your head. Now play the next play. Played it aggressively, went and got the sack. Way to respond.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running.
Gonna take a shot. He makes a grab, and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, North Carolina State.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. The inside handoff. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
To the air, it's Castellanos. Got the back over the middle. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Looking downfield on first down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. It's almost incomprehensible to think the Noles failed to break 17 points 10 times a season ago. That's a year after being prolific, Jesse. So what are the keys to regaining some form?
Well, Reese, I think it's the quarterback position. I think this team was spoiled in a lot of ways when they had Jordan Travis. And they obviously had so much NFL talent surrounding him, but they had a leader. They had a guy that everybody could look at when times got tough and believe in. Someone has got to be able to establish themselves at the quarterback position for this team to get back to its winning ways.
The give to the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Noles pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Rides the back and leaves it. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss, keep picking up a bunch of yards, and maybe get a big play out of it.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking for the score. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row. They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on fourth down. The RPO fired complete to the left. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. The Seminoles kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is a type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
Scanning the field, it's Bailey. Quick strike complete. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. So we open the final period with a third down play. Wants to throw it. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. NC State on the move, set up with another first down. Here we go. Ready? Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Smothers. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting now, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him. You might throw it somewhere else, but that guy is not going to make the catch.
He's got the tight end. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. The negative play leaves him with 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Bailey. Got his man quickly. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. NC State has to come up with a big play here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes one deep. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack! Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this defense and their team, honestly, has just built some momentum here in this 4th quarter, man. And I'm interested to see this offense and if they can respond, if they can be physical, if they can run the football, they can make some plays here in this 4th quarter.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Might be changing the route. They'll run play action. Flushed out of the pocket. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to power their way ahead. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. Flushed out of the pocket. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the catch. It's Robinson. And they'll knock him down.
When I'm a quarterback and I see zone and I see my guy curl up real quick, I got to hum it. And he threw that thing with some revolutions, with some velocity right to his receiver so he can make the catch.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Creates a little space. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
It's the 4th quarter. Every second counts, right? It's a one-possession game. We're chasing the QB. He scrambles around, does such a great job getting positive yards, keeping this drive alive. We need a score badly. We got to keep drives alive like this. Wonderful job.
The give is to Williams. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He rifles one deep to the left. And it's caught inside the 20. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. That's the way you get things going. A huge play, and now attacking from just inside the red zone. They'll go to the ground. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. off the play fake. The quick out. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that 1st down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that 3rd down and short.
And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pick.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
You can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another